Okay, what is up, team, gang, friends? Vin Lamanta here live. We are live. It is noon Eastern time on Thursday, the 16th, July 16th. If you're watching it live, press live. If you watch a replay, I want to say welcome. Most people watch everything in the replays. It's really the what I want to get into today. You know, the way marketing has changed, the way consumption of media has completely changed, the channels in which people are getting their information, and how that affects you, how that affects your business. And, you know, why so many people right now are looking to get started in a business online, and the people that are taking their businesses online, why they're finding success with this very simple, very inexpensive, all-in-one marketing system. It all kind of wraps into one. I personally, I've been involved in the network marketing space as well as the entrepreneurial space for the last 12, 13 years now. Wow, almost. And I've been looking for something like this for the last 4 years. In the last 4 years, you know, I moved from New York to North Carolina, and I was looking for a way to expand my reach, my audience, increase leverage, and gather leads and sales online, as well as having my own time. So it's funny, too, because most people who are watching this right now are watching the replay, and it just goes to show, like, it's kind of funny, like, this isn't real right now. I'm actually recorded, but that's just how we do it right now. I have a couple special guests I want to bring on. Couple entrepreneurs that we just want to, you know, we're going to make it quick. This is somewhat of a lunch and learn. I'm going to bring on Sandy Cerami first, and we're going to speak about this incredible system. You know, I had the absolute privilege and pleasure to get to know Sandy over the years, and Sandy's a serial entrepreneur with a backdrop in the automotive space. We became really fast friends originally back in about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago.
And we built some businesses together, and, you know, we were able to start collaborating once again with this incredible system. So, Sand, it's great to have you back. You're one of my repeat guests. I'm also a repeat guest of yours.
That's right.
And I know you're a very busy entrepreneur, busy man, and let's just get into it. You know, what were you looking for in a system to maybe you backdrop in your business? What were you looking for in a system, and how has this system, in fact, helped your business?
Well, let's start right now, like what we're doing right now. You know, you hit me up this morning and said, hey, listen, I'm going live at noon. You know, can we join together? I said, absolutely. I got a slot at noon, literally at noon for 30 minutes because I had been on client calls all morning. I've got a client visit at 1 p.m., not too far from where I live. I have an office out of the house. So it affords me the opportunity to actually build my primary gig as well as the NowSite piece of the business in 30 minutes, you know, simply. I mean, I can actually do this because of the technology that we have. You know, I'm in retail automotive for my entire professional career. It's 31, almost 32 years now. And I was looking for a way to take my business to the next level. And as you know, I was having a conversation with Scott Joseph, J&L Marketing out of Louisville, Kentucky, and we were talking about building out a platform for individual salespeople in retail automotive. And I got a call from Joel Brizzi 5 days after I had that conversation with Scott. He started explaining to me the NowSite platform and how many tools that you had at your disposal. Now, I hadn't seen any of it. He just described it to me verbally over the phone. I went back, I described it to Scott. Scott was like, we got to take a look at that. Why should we build something that's already built and working? We don't need to do that. We don't need to reinvent the wheel, as they say. And I went back a couple days later. I did the Wine and Dine with Justin Belobaba, or Belobaba. I got to get his pronunciation right. And I knew right away. I knew within the first 10 minutes that, number one, we had like a ridiculously brilliant CEO, the person that developed the platform in the first place. I looked at the tools. I had a chance to take a look at the tools, the analytics, the CRM, the social media marketing, the geofencing, the retargeting, the email campaigns, the landing pages, the funnels, the things that you and I have been talking about for so long, the things that, quite honestly, I wasted probably thousands of dollars over the last 10 years, you know, trying to figure out, only to be frustrated, to pour more money into it, to be more frustrated, and to not get the result that I was looking for. And so when I took a look at the platform and saw how intuitive and simple it was, the first thing that hit me was anybody can do this. Because if I can figure this stuff out intuitively, anybody can. That make sense?
100%. Listen, I was doing the same thing, Sam. I was going nuts with, you know, and all great platforms like ClickFunnels and Aweber and AdCampaign and
Right.
pre-built marketing. I just, you know, it was getting really pricey. I was getting no ROI on it, and I just having them all integrate what got my attention too. And then I want to bring on Richard Laidler. He's here as well. another serial entrepreneur, is that when I saw the retargeting component of it, that was it. Because you always hear the term cost per lead. Like, what's your cost per lead?
Yep.
What's a good lead? And high funnel lead, low funnel lead. And when I saw that our mutual friend Joel was getting many leads for under $1 per day and learning. I mean, the key here, I think, is learning from this.
Oh my God, yeah. That's such a great point, Ben, because the how-to piece of it, the collaboration and the collegial nature of what we're doing here as a team, I've learned so much over the course of the last 5 or 6 weeks, and the results are now showing in the lead generation, right? Like, I've got over 200 leads that I've generated in less than 2 months. And the guys that I have introduced this platform to are having ridiculous success as well. Todd Gaba is a perfect example. We had him on my call on Monday night, and he told his story about a simple little landing page that we built in 45 minutes that delivered a lead that he never would have prospected, by the way. It was somebody he never would have gone after, but was attracted to the social media content that he posted. He gathered the information, the lead information, followed up on it, and then closed a $36,000 deal 3 days later. I mean, if there's not a better testimonial for the platform than that, I don't know what is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what I like too, like you just said too, is the process of learning. I don't have the time to sit and take something in and then apply it, but little by little. And this has, and you know what? We'll bring on Richard now to speak more, in fact, about the platform, because there's so much to learn, and I know it's there, and I know eventually we'll need it. But it's great that it's all in one spot for $87, and it's actually free now because of the sharing component. So we have Richard on now, and Richard Layler is a person.
What's up, Richard?
What's up, man?
Right on. We sought after Richard. We wanted to be on his team because he's really got a well-organized machine. He's got a system. He's got this learning platform where he has, 3 times a week, they have he does an incredible complete overview. And if you're watching this right now on the website, down below there is Richard does a complete overview. And what I like is that I don't have to do the overview, but it explains how broad this really is. But Richard has a complete system. They have the onboarding process. He's got teams of people. He's connected right to the CEO and creator of this system, Justin. They had him on last night. And so, Richard, I want to welcome you, and I appreciate you taking your time. I threw this out to both y'all, and you both jumped on to support it because we're going to be, as quick as possible. Richard, with your background as an entrepreneur, how important is it now, I guess more than ever, to have an online branding system, something that's, not complex, inexpensive, and because there's so many small business owners out there that just can't put it all together?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on. It's great to see you guys. Yeah, great question. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I mean, look at us. We're all old guys, right? And here we are talking about social media and having access to it like it's no big deal. We've all come from, I've been a traditional business owner pretty much my whole life. I've been in the direct sales space for the last 11 years through an energy company and now through the NowSite business. And I've always been old school where, I've got bills this month I've got to pay. I've got my mortgage to pay. I've got my electricity to pay. I've got my water. I've got my car, and I've got to make it this month. So we go out and we look for sales today. We're looking for people who are looking to buy today, which is this little tiny pond of people. Like in my energy business, down here in Texas, people switch their electricity once a year. So what's my chance of being in front of that person on the day they're looking to switch, but at some point in the other 364 days, right, at some point in the future, that they'll be switching. My job is to make sure I'm in front of them. Now, the old-fashioned way was to go out and hustle, right? We would go to networking meetings. We would speak to our family and friends and this type of thing. And marketing was not really an option. Maybe we would place an ad or something like buy my electricity or best rates in town or something like that. But right. You guys know as well as I do, the way people buy nowadays is completely different. They don't, back in the day, again, we're old enough to know that there was an ad for laundry detergent. This was the price, and the pretty girl saying, my whiter cleans, my whites are cleaner than ever or whatever, and we would buy it. Now we can do the research, right? I can go online and I can research anything and everything. And we need to be part of that research. With the shift from offline to online, we must be where everybody's looking. And that's right here on the phones, right on the screens, because people are buying differently. And so I had to get into marketing. I had to become a marketer, and that was very foreign to me. And I was introduced to this NowSite platform, and I've been through its evolution all the way from back in the day when it was, very, very different technology than it is today. And now we've got, as you were talking about earlier on, I came in halfway through your conversation, this ability to create unlimited websites, to drive traffic to those unlimited websites with online ads, with full social marketing, retargeting, as you were talking about, which gets rid of that need for us to constantly be following up because it does the follow up for us, plus SEO, email campaigns, newsletters. And you've got the ability to analyze the whole thing. And here I am as a 56-year-old man able to do it. This technology has been around for a while, such that the big companies can do it, but it's always been so complicated because each one of those little tasks I just mentioned was its own complicated product that, Vin, I know you were going through and have been learning to try and learn how to do that. With this platform, it's been put together for the other 99% of us, the guy with gray, right? Again, we're the old guys, right? It was something for the 25-year-olds. And now all of a sudden it's opened up the arena. Now the other 99% of us who've been watching the big companies just do this for the last 10, 15 years and monopolize this real estate, right? Monopolize it. Yeah. Now we've got a shot at it. And not only a shot, but we can look as good as they can, and it's all within this platform for $87. Which blows my mind. It's going to change everything.
Yeah, and for the longest time, I was spending $500 and not getting any results because I didn't have it all together. Like I said, the ClickFunnels, all these different things, and they're all good. I know there's the Wix and there's the Aweber and but putting it all together. Another thing, and then I want to throw another one at you all, and we'll let people have their day, is the support. See, if you have ClickFunnels or Kartra, you click a support button in the corner and you get this long whole thing with 3 different links. You speak into it, and it's more and more research. Then you're going back and forth to YouTube to put it together to figure it out. Very, very challenging to do. And then you got to do that for each one of them. Here, the support from the company alone is you click a button and you're on Zoom with someone showing you how to do it. And then you also have, you have the school going on. Justin and the company itself has a school, and the school's free. So you can ask questions. I was hiring, why am I laughing? I was hiring consultants for $150 an hour. So now we can get this, so that part's done. You know what I mean? That's all done, right? So now we have, the world's turned upside down. People are getting wiped out. Businesses are getting wiped out. Employees are getting wiped out. And I say, too, it's in a way, it's like when you squeeze a water balloon, one side goes down, but the other side goes up. Prior to 2020, a lot of people were coming into this online business space. Sam, let me give you this one. And this is like a softball for both of you all to hit out of the park. Why is this product required for any business? Why is selling this product to people extremely lucrative, and why the importance to have residual income and pandemic-proof your life?
So, I can only speak from my own personal experience, right? That's most relevant to me. I'm gonna dovetail off a point that you made. I showed the platform to a chiropractor this morning at 8 a.m. Okay, here's the beauty of this business model: is I can show that guy the business in 30 minutes or less over a Zoom call at 8 a.m. in the morning before either of us get our day started for real. And he's an Infusionsoft customer for CRM. He's spending $200 a month, plus a couple of $1,000s to get it started in the setup fee. And he looked at this and said, wait a minute, $87, I get everything on the left side of the screen? I said, everything. Blown away, right? So it was that simple to do. But why do people need this? If you're in a small business, you're a solopreneur, you're a small business entrepreneur, you're an ISO for a merchant processing company, you're an individual salesperson, I don't care what you sell. If you don't have a personal brand platform and a strategy, you're getting lost in all the noise that's out there in the marketplace today. So you have to have a way to get your brand out into the marketplace in a relevant, meaningful way. So that's number one. Number two, the only way that we can actually explode our sales is by having a fat pipeline. And this platform delivers incredibly explosive results. I talked to you about the last literally 60 days for me is over 200 prospects that I pulled in through the social media marketing and the the website platforms that we built out very quickly and easily. And the effects are unbelievable. Okay. The third piece is it's a bifurcated business model. You can grow your primary business, and not even by selling, Ben. I can't even use that word. All I'm doing is showing people the tools and the platform and the success that I'm experiencing. I don't have to sell a damn thing. The platform and the results speak for themselves. All I'm doing is sharing with people who need something like this. And it becomes really simple to have those conversations. Everybody's looking for additional income. As Richard said before, the bills keep on coming. You need residual income to combat recurring bills and invoices.
100%. Sand, if you could just in maybe a minute or less, speak to the person who's in real estate, in mortgage, in insurance. Well, insurance does have a residual component. Auto sales, you have a backdrop on, or just, a lot of,
well, listen, you start every single day at zero in automotive and real estate sales, in most sales with that doesn't have a residual component like, say, insurance does. So, you have to develop some other piece of the business where you have that residual income coming in. And that is a prime opportunity. If you're an individual salesperson in real estate or automotive sales or boat sales right now, and 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 other people that are going through the same challenges that you are, all you're doing is using a platform like this, delivering results for your own business, and then sharing it with a friend. And then you end up with that residual component, because otherwise you're doing the work like an animal, as we always do, getting paid one time and then starting at zero again. It's very frustrating. And it's quite honestly, it's a race that you can't win long term. You need residual income to win the race in this world.
You can, a lot of people have been walking a treadmill their whole life, and we think it's going to go, downhill. It's going to get slower, but it's speeding up. It's going uphill. It's turning into a stairmaster for a lot of us, and it's becoming very, very challenging. I'm running a nutritional business, all right, which I'll be going live about in a little while, and it's a great business and it's a great company, and I needed this platform because I want to get my time back. But you just said it. It's like we can simultaneously build one to build the other. And what I really like about the residual component here is that the margins, I was using this platform anyway. When I saw the margins here, I was in the energy business years ago. This literally mathematically pays 41 times the amount.
100%. I'll let Richard talk to that because he's the expert. But, he said something. Now, this is the second time that I've been given the opportunity to actually interface with Richard, and I've learned something both times, which I appreciate. Thank you, Richard. But, what he just talked about with respect to marketing is prospecting on steroids. Only there's two things that it's missing. The bloody knuckles from knocking on thousands of doors, which I did to start my business, and the flat nose experience because they keep slamming the door in your face. What this does is creates open doors immediately and keeps the knuckles from being bloody because people are responding to relevant content that is of interest to them, and it generates leads and generates relationships that we can leverage, moving forward. So thank you, Richard.
Sure.
Very, very well said. Richard, would you close this out for us, please, and take this? Because like this system, I know you have backdrop as an entrepreneur, but also in the energy business, and the margins are very, very different here. Why residual income? Why now? Why is it important for people to really protect their family with a passive income? And why is NowSite a vehicle if someone's looking to get started in this space to start with?
Well, absolutely happy to answer that question, but I do want to address one thing that we talked about in just a second ago, and this is 10 seconds. I won't take any more of your time. It's just, we're in this transition from offline to online, and obviously what's going on out there with the pandemic has suddenly accelerated it 100 times. But for those out there who are kind of in avoidance, like, this whole marketing thing is such a huge thing I've got to learn. I'm going to stick to the way I've done it. That's not an option, guys. Right. It's a time of evolution. And in the time of evolution, it's not the biggest, the strongest, the fastest that win. It's those who can adapt, right? And now is a time for adapting. And so for those who are sitting there kind of burying their heads in the sand saying, I get it, but I'm going to stay the way I've always done it. Sorry, people are buying differently now. 67% of people know what they're going to buy before they walk out the door. If you're waiting until they've walked out to the door to come and find you, it's too late. They've already done their research. They've already decided who they want to buy from. So I kind of wanted to touch on that really quickly. But to your point about why should someone have a plan B business. I've been a traditional business owner pretty much since I was 20. You know, I got a job when I had businesses that failed in my 20s. You know, I tried this. I had a pizza place. I had this, and I failed because I was young. I didn't know what I was doing, so I'd go get a job. But I came here to the US when I was 32, 24 years ago, and started a traditional business, which did extremely well, but it cost me a marriage. You know, we made seven figures, multiple seven figures, which was great, but it was 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. It killed me. I then moved into, talk about jumping from the pot into the fire, into restaurants, Dickey's Barbecue Restaurants, which is a chain down here in Texas. Again, great, but the only thing it's really great for is the ego. Running a restaurant is a nightmare, let alone three of them. And so I moved into a residual style business, which originally was energy. You guys know which I was involved with there. And that was a whole new world. I had to learn, you know, but it is an earn while you learn, right? As you're learning, you can be earning along the way, which is great. But my investment was a few $100, as opposed to a Dickey's Barbecue restaurant, by the way, which each is $300,000, each one. To start, right, let alone everything else. I got into my energy business for a few $100, built that up to a residual income that came in and out-earned all three of my Dickey's Barbecue restaurants in 3 or 4 years, without the risk, without the staff, without the building, without the health inspector showing up, without complaining customers like it was. And so the reason why this style of business is so good is, first of all, your risk is tiny. You know, you can imagine the risk we put $900,000 into these restaurants. You can imagine the risk attached to that. And both my energy business and now my Nowsite business, which is way out earning my energy business, earned me more money than I ever did from my 3 Dickey's Barbecue restaurants. Mm-hmm. So that alone is a main reason. But obviously, it's low cost of entry, so not much risk. A simple learning curve. Again, you know, when you're starting a Dickey's Barbecue restaurant, they require you to go in and literally learn everything about it before you can even get started. This is something you can be starting straight away and be in business, like, you know, at the drop of a hat. It's a great business. It's, you know what? No business model is perfect, but this is the most perfect business model I've come across. And I've been in traditional, I've been in, residual style businesses, and this is perfect, especially Nowsite.
Richard, you just made such a $1 million point. I want to make sure it doesn't go missed, because you talk about a $300,000 investment in a franchise like Dickey's, right? And you talk about the training that's associated with it. Well, if you're investing $300,000 in a business, you bet your ass you're going to be involved in their school and how they do their business and what the franchise model looks like, and you're going to use their systems and processes. The cool part about what we do is it's an $87 a month investment, and we've got the same types of tools available to those solopreneurs and those people that are just getting started on the platform, so that they can actually leverage the return on investment thousands of times greater than even a Dickey's.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that you don't treat this like an $87 business.
That's my point.
Like, yeah, exactly. A $300,000. Make sure that you show up because the potential is so good. And just to one other point to which you brought up, Vin, because I know we're short on time here, is the other reason why of all the residual businesses you can do, the reason why I like my Nowsite business more than anything else is, when I was in my energy business, if I wanted to approach someone who was in another style of network marketing, lotions, potions, water filters, right, whatever it was, I had to take them out of that business and fall in love with my business, which didn't ring well with me. That just felt a little bit, insincere. However, with Nowsite, I can now approach any type of business, whether it's a network marketing business, a traditional business, or whatever, and offer them something that is actually helping what they're already doing. My energy business is doing better because I have a Nowsite business. I'm able to market myself. I'm able to do all those things to attract those people who are looking at some point in the future, because I'm marketing them now using the Nowsite business. But also Nowsite has this residual affiliate proponent alongside it as well. So it truly is the perfect model within this perfect model.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Really great stuff. I mean, guys, a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys jumping out. If you got anyone who's watching this, there are links around here somewhere. Click on the link. When you get started, you get free consultation, free everything. You get it's really off the charts. I really, really appreciate you guys' time. If you guys have any last words or anything, just make sure you get back to the people who invited you here. Guys, if you have anything, feel free.
Sandy, go ahead. You go first.
The only thing I would say is that once again, Richard, blew me out of the water in terms of a couple of learning points that I made notes on. I'm always making notes when I'm participating in a panel or participating in a learning experience. And we have those tools to the point we made before about really plugging in, paying attention. The return on investment is so much bigger in a platform like this than anything else that I've ever seen. The only question becomes when and how do you get started? And the answer is just go back to the person who invited you to take a look at this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And just, I'm not going to use my final words to get out. I'm going to use Bill Gates. If your business is not on the internet, then your business will go out of business. And I'm going to listen to that guy. It's absolutely true words. We have to be online. There's no avoiding it. As much as you think that there is, we have to do it. And I'm going to listen to that particular advice from Bill Gates. Absolutely, guys. Get back to the person who introduced you to this, got you on this call, and they'll be able to help you at least answer your questions, get you started if you're interested in getting started. But thank you very much for having me on the call, Vin. I really appreciate it. And great, Sandy, always good to chat.
Good to see you, my friend. Thank you, Vin.
Sure. Right on, gentlemen. Thanks all. I'll see you guys at the top. Let's go do it. Right on.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye now.